Hey, David with the Wholesaler's Toolbox. I want to talk to you today about probate real estate investing, or in a lot of our case, probate wholesaling, and why it's a great niche to get into, what the pros and cons are, and if you wanted to start doing it, how would be the best way. Okay, so let's get started. For those of you that don't know, probate is the process that property or assets and debts of somebody go through after they pass away. Okay, now does all real estate go through probate? No. If the person owns that property with somebody else in a joint tenancy situation, like they own it with their wife or their brother or whoever, it wouldn't go through probate because that person, the surviving spouse or partner, whoever, needs a place to live, and they're not going to get the property, torn from them. So joint tenancy properties don't go through probate. Also, if you have a living trust, that property's not going to go through probate. But if you're single, or if nobody else is on title with you, when you pass away, it has to go through probate because your estate's got to be settled. Any property that you own has to be sold to pay your liabilities or your debts. So probate happens when that's the case, when you own the property by yourself and nobody else is on title for you, or it's not in a living trust. Okay, so why is probate a great real estate lead? Is because up to 80% of probate houses sell after the after the person passes away within 12 to 18 months. 80%. That's higher than anything else out there. It's higher than whatever kind of leads you're looking for. So that's the probate process, and it takes a few months for that to happen. Just depending on how big the estate is and what's going on. But that's the case. So what are the pros and cons to probate investing? Okay, it's now the first pro, also a con, but I look at it as a pro, is it's not easy to get the lead. All right, you can't hop online and get it. You're every other lead type you can get on Google and look for absentee owner leads or whatever you're looking for. But probate is one of those leads you can't do that, because when somebody dies, really, other than the probate courts, the only person or the only entity that has that information is Social Security, and they have a big master data file of people that pass away, but they don't share that data because it's confidential. So the only way to get that information is through going to the probate court, knowing how to get that data. So it's a pro because most people are too lazy to do that. Other wholesalers, other investors, they don't want to go through the effort of doing it. So if you learn the system and you know how to go get probate leads, that's it. You're way ahead of the game. There might be another couple people in your market doing it, but a lot of times they're doing it wrong, and I'll get into that. So all right, what's another pro? Pro would be, all the other types of leads are overused. This is the, out of all the leads, this is the best leads. Okay, the best type of lead to work. Okay, another pro, probate houses have very low, typically, or no mortgage debt. All right, typically the person's older. They've paid down the mortgage. They've paid off the mortgage. So the vast majority of probate deals that you come across you're not going to have to deal with a big mortgage amount. All right. Another pro is that a lot of times, in my experience anyway, the houses need work done to them. They're outdated. I've had some that were actually hoarder houses. So when a heir gets that house, they don't want to deal with that. You call in a realtor and they're going to say, okay, you need to fix up the house and bring it to code and all that, because to get a mortgage, all that work's got to be done. It's got to pass code. It's got to, be functional. And, if somebody inherits a house, they have a parent die or a relative that dies or a friend or whoever, and they get that house, they're busy with work and raising their kids and their family and all that. They don't want to take the time to, coordinate with contractors and rehab a house and do all that stuff. They just don't want to deal with it. All right. So, and then also, dealing with a vacant property is a hassle. You've got, you got to worry about people breaking into it depending on where it's at, and I know, in my case, with working with houses, that if a house sits empty in a lot of areas, somebody's breaking in, stealing furnaces, stealing, copper, plumbing or wiring. So they don't want to hang on to a vacant house like that. It's just a hassle for them. And most people don't want to, become a landlord. They just want to sell the house, get the money, and be done with it. So, big pro. The heirs are typically very motivated to sell the house. They just want the money. They just want it gone and be done with it. So, let's see what else. Let's talk about cons for a minute. All right, cons. You have to be in the probate business. You have to learn something new, and a lot of people don't want to do that. So if you take a few hours and learn a good system and learn how to do it, learn how to get the leads and follow up with them, and have the right marketing campaign, it's gonna provide great results. But the problem is most people don't want to do that. Okay, and then I guess the biggest con to, if you look at it this way, the biggest con to dealing with probate houses is you have to negotiate and deal with people that just lost somebody they love. So you can look at that two ways. Some people, they're going to get your letter if you mail to them, and they're gonna call you and leave you a message and say, yeah, I just lost somebody. How dare you send me a letter? Okay, but most people, if you approach them right and the right way to approach them, you're going to help them out. Because again, they don't want to deal with this. They don't want to deal with selling properties or fixing up properties and all that stuff. So if you go in and make it a win-win situation, it's good for everybody. But a lot of people are steered away from probate deals or being a probate investor because they don't want to feel like an ambulance chaser. They just lost somebody. Well, here's the truth. They're going to sell that house regardless. Okay, so either you're going to contact them or somebody else is going to contact them. So if you learn to do it the right way, you're helping them out. If I don't suggest that people write letters and be over sympathetic to them losing somebody. You can't do that to somebody that you don't know. Go on about how sorry you are and all that. I mean, that's kind of pandering to them. But if you just send them a letter, say, hey, I'm a real estate investor and I buy houses and all that, and do it the right way, it's not pandering. It's just doing business and it's helping them the right way. So probate, it's done the right way. It's a great business model, and you can just specialize in that. You get good at probate because, let's face it, people die if the market's up, the market's down, whatever's happening. So if you get good at probate and become, make that your niche, then then you're going to have a constant flow of business. And lastly, another big pro to this is because the sell rate on probate, real estate is so high that you don't have to market to as many people. If you want to market to absentee owners, and you can spend thousands and thousands of dollars, mailing out to literally thousands of people and getting a 1% response rate. If that, probate, you don't have to send as many letters out. You can send 100 letters versus 5,000 and potentially get the same result. So it's a better business model. It's very manageable. If you're on a low budget, you're not paying for the leads. Once you learn how to get them, you can go get the leads for free. You can mail relatively cheaply and inexpensively. So you don't need a big budget to do this. It's just about learning the system, learning to do it right. So if you can get over the con of or the negative aspect of just dealing with somebody after they've lost a loved one and learn to handle that properly, then this is a great niche for you. So how do you learn it? Okay, so on the website, wholesalerstoolbox.com, I put a link below. I have a probate course that teaches you everything from beginning to end on how to do probate, how to get the leads, how to market with them, how to negotiate, all of it. If you do the course, you know how to do it, and you can go out and be successful at it. Or I shouldn't make that claim. If you work hard, and do it, you know, like it says you should be successful at it, because I can't make income claims or anything. So, but it's a good course. I put it on there specifically for people that wanted to get into this niche. It's affordable. It's $97. So if you know, if it doesn't work for you within 30 days, I'll give you your money back. But it's, you know, it's a great course. And again, you're not ever buying leads. You know, once you know the system, you can get the leads for free. You've got the letters to market to people. You've got, you know, the rehab checklist, everything you need to do probate. So check it out on the link below. I hope this helps. If you don't get the course, I still suggest you get in, you know, look into the probate niche, because it really is probably the best real estate investing / wholesaling niche there is out there. Okay, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.